everybody, welcome back to the Bingeworthy podcast. My name is Chris. I'm going to be your host today alongside my friends Caleb Campbell, Dustin Peed, and Johnny Burkhalter, our resident celebrity tea expert. Now, with all that in mind, we're excited to be back with you this month. We got a lot happening, a lot going on. Not too much happening in Caleb's world. Been pretty boring. Ryan, we can probably skip you. Right? You haven't had any major, massive storm in the field moments lately, have you?
Nope. Went to Notre Dame rivalry game, USC, destroyed them, took my son, stormed the field. It was great.
Yeah.
But nothing to report besides that.
Yeah. What an incredible game. I mean, USC looked, Caleb Williams looked.
It was, if he does not win the Heisman,
it'll be
we will take all the credit for that.
It'll be that game.
The fun end of that trip, Johnny B and I were talking about earlier, is I wanted to be back in Douglasville, where we live, by 9 o'clock Sunday morning. And the game ended at 11:30, 2 hours away from an airport, and asked me if I pulled it off. Frontier, $39 each way. Come on, Frontier.
This episode, unofficial sponsor.
We're looking for a sponsor, Frontier. We're looking for a sponsor.
Yeah, I love Frontier. No, I've never ridden on Frontier before. They feel like if I didn't have enough money for Spirit, I would do Frontier.
I think Frontier is a 0.2 step ahead of Spirit, actually.
Yeah, it's a gateway drug to Spirit.
Spirit? Okay.
when you've lowered your standards, but you're not quite ready. Yeah.
Frontier's it's a small step up.
I've been on 2 Spirit flights in my world. The first one felt like the nicest flight I've ever been on. I was on with a guy who works for Spirit, and so he said this one just got remodeled, and it was a really beautiful plane. Black leather seats across the whole plane. I mean, brand. You could tell they just finished it. It was awesome. The flight back looked like probably they just cleaned up the crime scene before we got on the plane. Just scooped up the last remnants of it, and then we're like, it's fine. Nothing's gonna.
Did you all see the story about the plane that left Atlanta and was 2 hours into its flight towards Paris, and they had to bring it back because true story.
No,
someone had explosive.
Yes, I saw that.
They could not get there and back, and then they posted the footage of the plane, and it looked like what you just described with Spirit. So, just trying to bring it all together.
Wow,
I love that.
Explosive.
Trying to keep
That's the worst kind of it too. You know what I mean? That's the worst kind of it. Yeah, speaking of college football, I know we're all big Colorado fans. Love us some Deion Sanders around here, prime time. I was waiting for you. You said it every time I talk about Deion Sanders. You say the same line.
He is my life coach right now.
Oh, okay,
life coach. My pastor, my mentor, from afar. Of course, we don't technically know each other.
It's true. I think I get that. Him and Rich Wilkinson, I think, have a good relationship.
He's inspiring for sure.
Kenan Thompson did a great bit on SNL a couple weeks back. That if you haven't seen it yet. It's
so good.
It's so good. It's spot on. But anyways, Colorado stinks this year, but this is the only year. This is the worst, he said, I think, quoting Primetime. He said, this is the worst you'll ever see Colorado.
Yes.
Oh, no doubt.
The worst.
I just love still that they don't do the captain's patches.
No.
They do D's for dogs and L's for leaders.
I kind of think it's D for Dion. Like, don't forget. Yeah,
that's the bit right there.
I won't play it.
Don't forget that Dion is
and that's him without, he comes out with the glasses on and everything.
That's great.
And he takes them off because he can't read the cue cards, obviously, with them on. But, and if you guys don't know, Saturday Night Live is scripted. All right.
It's on Saturdays?
Wait.
It's on Saturday. Saturday night.
Wait, is it live? Did you watch that?
Yeah, it is live. Did you guys know? So Saturday Night Live, new show, brand new, just fresh off the presses.
Breaking.
Comes on Saturday nights, and they do it, but it's all live. None of it's pre-recorded. Yeah.
Yeah, the commercials and stuff.
Commercials are pre-recorded.
Yeah.
I mean, like the ones.
How cool would that be?
Like the spoof commercials that they do.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's They cut the
transitions.
Really quick transitions.
Let me just say, what a cool bit for Lauren Michaels. If you're listening, Lauren Michaels, Lauren Michaels, big fan of the pod. I know. Lauren, just imagine if all of your commercials were required to be live as well. How could that whole hour was just live television? Yeah, chaos and all.
I loved it when 30 Rock did their live versions. That was
fun. It's great.
So good.
It's good TV. It lets you see their human people. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Dustin, you been anywhere fun? You've been a couple NASCAR races, yeah.
Yeah, I've been.
And on the vein of college football, you got to go see your boys live in person.
I did. It's on my where I've been list right here. So where I've been since we last recorded, I've been to Darlington for the Southern 500 NASCAR race. Started the playoffs.
About to date ourselves right here. Keep it going.
Yeah, that's true. We are. I mean, for anyone, I don't know how much of a NASCAR audience.
A lot of NASCAR fans.
Big
watching.
following.
I'm
following.
I'm sure they're here for me.
It's true.
In the hopes that he might talk about NASCAR. Went to Nashville, which is my second home. Love that place. Went up to Blue Ridge for a camping trip. Then went to Talladega for another NASCAR race.
Wow.
Then went to LU, Liberty University, my alma mater,
Let's go.
at Jacksonville State. That
Which,
was awesome.
By the way, he's in Alabama.
Jacksonville
Because
State is in
Jacksonville
Alabama,
State
only
is
about
stupid.
45 minutes from where we sit right now. And
Yeah.
not everyone in my that I told that I was there. While I was there, I texted my brother-in-law. I was like, "I'm at this game." He goes, "You're in Alabama."
Alabama.
Or no, he goes,
You're in Florida?
Yeah.
You're in Florida. I was like, "Nope, Alabama."
Yeah.
He goes,
Well, when
"What's
you
that now?"
said, "Hey, who wants to go?" I was like, "Man, Florida's a long drive, man. I got a big day next day, whatever." Then we ended up being in the hospital for 9 days, whatever. But
a good time.
so I mean, why would you go to Jacksonville, man? That's a long haul from here.
Yeah, and then this
45
past
minutes
week,
is
we
different.
went to the Washington football team.
Yeah, you
Commanders
did.
Come on.
Washington
And
team.
they
That's
won handedly. It was a great game, really good game. Really came
Yeah.
down to the wire there. So yeah, Liberty won as well. Yeah, it was a good time.
You tell you what I
field
didn't
is-
like about that game, real quick. I'm gonna toss
Oh,
to
yeah.
you. What I didn't like is that after that game, everybody said,
Commanders game.
"Yeah." After that game, everybody said Ritter's the worst quarterback that's ever lived. He should never be
Dude,
there.
while we were walking
like,
out,
what are we
the
doing?
fans behind us were just like, "We need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of him." I'm like, "He just give
One
him a
game.
second."
I mean,
Yeah.
good.
That was his
Yeah.
first
Nice.
home
So
loss
mean.
ever in college or pro.
That'd
I
be
will
like
say it did feel like a little bit of a neutral site game because they were a ton of Washington
fans.
there. We were surrounded by mostly our section.
a lot of government agencies down here is probably
true.
why.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think, and that's the thing. It's like Brock Purdy, like losing his first game on Sunday, and everybody being like, you know what? He's done.
I knew it.
He's a fraud. I'm like, that dude took him to the championship. You know what I mean? Anyways, Caleb, sorry, I cut you off there.
No, but
All right.
but if you scan this QR code right here, you can support Dustin's travel habits. Scan and pay.
It is.
Scan and get.
Venmo.
I love it. Yeah, a little
Venmo,
Venmo
Cash
action.
App, it's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same to us. Yeah, thanks for supporting the pod. All right. Johnny B, you been anywhere fun?
Yeah,
You got a poison shirt on today. Interesting. Bold choice.
Bold.
I wear it on Sundays.
Yeah,
I wear
so
it.
I'm limited as to when I can wear the shirt. But speaking of football, football is life. Ted Lasso.
Come on.
My kids just started soccer, the different, the world's version of football, and I've got to, yeah, I've got to confess, I don't know the rules at all. Now, I don't think the rules are important at their stage because they're just kind of literally they're running around. I asked the coach what's the score, and he's like, I don't know, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. So it was fine.
It doesn't.
But
It does matter.
Right. So I had the opportunity to go to an Atlanta United game where the rules do matter. Right.
They do matter.
So I'm like, why do they keep blowing the whistle? I thought they could just run around and do whatever they want. Like, I didn't know there's actual rules to the game of soccer. Like, I mean,
They just threw a ball out on the
You
field.
go that way, you go that way.
Sorry,
Yeah,
the pitch.
right.
Just
The
threw
pitch-
a ball
the
out.
pitch,
Thank
I didn't
you.
know what that was. That's the whole thing. But
Hands down, my favorite bit in Ted Lasso is when they do the boot bit, the boot and the boot and the boot. And like if you get fired, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like,
yes.
what's the trunk of a car called? It's called a boot. Like, what do you do if you put your shoes in the back? They're called boots. So you put the boots in the boots. After you get fired, you get the boot. Like, get the boot, put your boots in the boot. I mean, it's a great bit. Anyways,
No, but
I'm butchering it. But it's
no, but I love it. I mean, legit, the most soccer I've ever watched is the 3 seasons of Ted Lasso. But now I'm all in it. Like I traded in my, I traded in my car. You know, when a car's totaled, normally you trade it in. But I got a bigger vehicle, and there's a whole story there.
I just wrecked this over there. You guys take care. Just give me another one.
This looks broken.
Right, it's like when you buy a TV and you drop it, you're like putting it back in the box. I'm going to tell them
Listen.
at Target that it came that way.
We're watching a lot of. We're watching a lot
A
of.
lot of character unveiling here. Johnny B right now.
We're watching a lot of
It
Sing
came
2.
like this.
Yeah.
Now that you've given, we're gonna have a quick prayer for Joe.
yeah.
Right?
So
Not to-
QR
not to-
code for my
Not to
prison
run
bail.
sequels here, but
Bam.
we're watching a lot of Sing 2 right now, and
Yeah.
that bit only reminds me of
Love
when
Sing 2.
I don't know what she is in an iguana. Like the
old
lady,
lady.
yeah, the
Yeah.
one who goes and finds Clay Calloway, but comes back and like the car that she's rented is just. She goes, "Here's the keys," and, like walks off. Like that's Johnny B
There
walking
was
up
a scene
to
like
it.
that in Wolf of Wall Street too. Anyway,
Yeah, perfect. But anyway, so now I'm a full on soccer dad.
Yeah, you are.
And still don't know the rules, but I'm loving it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, soccer's a fun sport to watch kids run in circles for, and I don't know.
Literally.
I mean, that's
it's like
all
the
they do.
NASCAR of kid sports. See how I connected the
Hello.
two? Just circle.
yeah.
Circle. Laps. I don't know.
Aiden played soccer for 1 year. It was my favorite year because I didn't know what was going on. The coaches didn't know what was going on. We were just and they were just telling the kids like, kick it in the white net thingy, and they were like, all right, it was a good time. Anyways,
Love it.
I haven't been much anywhere lately. We did a 2 week stay. We did a 2 week stay at CHOA, and which is the Children's Hospital of Atlanta. Daughter battled some RSV. Actually ended up on CBS out of it, and CBS reached out to us.
Is that aired yet?
So did they air it?
I think so. I don't know. I'll have to reach out to the producer. It was supposed to air on Wednesday. It was supposed to air 2 weeks ago, but then Israel battle happened, and so now they reached out to us and said, "Hey, will you record with us? We're doing a piece on why Georgia has the highest rate of hospitalizations for RSV in the country." So me and my wife and daughter, who's thankfully out of the hospital and is well and all those things now. So we shot with CBS, and that was a good time. That's a wild moment for sure. But it was good. It's a good time there. Thankful to be out. Obviously, thankful to be out of the hospital. We're traveling this weekend. As you guys know, if you followed the pod, Dustin and I are working on wrapping up. Hopefully, this will be. I think we have one more destination, but really, it's at this point we're really coming to the close of capturing content. So we'll be in Greenville, South Carolina.
Let's go. Greenville, my new favorite place. Come on.
Listen,
I did go there.
It is your new favorite place.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. So we're actually, we're going to be up there, and so we'll be up there Thursday through Sunday. Come back Sunday night. We're not going to pull off the Frontier flight deal, but it'll be close.
It's overrated.
Yeah.
Is Greenville the place with a really cool downtown, like 3 walkable? Okay.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's hands down like if I could live in any other city other than the one I'm living in,
Wichita.
Madison.
I would actually go to Madison. I love the Green Bay Packers.
Big Packers fan.
Big Packers fan.
Packers guy.
Speaking of the Packers, I didn't get to talk about this on the last episode.
We're never gonna get.
Yeah, we're gonna get there, man. We went up to Kentucky for vacation, and I fell in love with the minor league baseball. I think I told you guys about this. I wore the hat in the last episode. Forgot to talk about it. But the Florence Y'alls. Are y'all familiar with the Florence Y'alls? Haven't told you guys about
Y'alls?
these?
I don't remember this.
I love that.
You
Why-
talked about the Y'alls. He wasn't there. It was one that Lindsay was on with us. It was a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Last episode, you unveiled your Bucky's hat.
I did. The Florence Y'alls. We actually got to go up and visit and see. It's a beautiful stadium. But yeah, anyways,
Florence, South Carolina.
Florence, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Oh, sorry.
There is a Florence, South
There
Carolina.
is.
There is
I was
Florence,
going to
South
say,
Carolina.
I've not seen
I
anything
went
there.
there.
Where
Assessment.
I-20 ends.
Yep,
I-20
that's
goes
true.
all the way to Florence,
It's true.
South
Yeah,
Carolina.
Columbia area,
Which was
ends
right
there.
near Darlington, where I went.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Florence,
right.
South Carolina's right next to Darlington.
It's a beautiful area. South Carolina is just a beautiful countryside to live in. Anyways, so I want to encourage you guys to move there.
I heard they have a
Today's
beach.
episode brought to
Heard they
you
have a
by
beach.
Great beaches.
Visit
Support your
Greenville.
local district.
Yeah, support everybody. So, anyways, we got to finally get up there. Love me some Florence Y'alls. Anyways, so that's where I'm going this weekend, and then keep following along on the journey with the documentary. It'll be good. We got some good stuff rolling out. Enough about that. That's not what this podcast is about today. Is that it? That's everybody. Yeah, we'll keep going.
We
Yeah.
just need to talk about what we binged.
Oh, did you need to do your meme talk? Or is that part of the
there
bit?
is something I want to get off my chest before we get into what
didn't
we've
want to
been
miss it,
binging.
man.
And this is just me. This is I just need this. I need to get this out. So just for the next 60 seconds, let this be my therapy moment.
do it.
There's something that has overtaken the internet, a meme that I just cannot get enough of, and it's of a young man named Kevin James. Maybe you've heard of him, and it's just this face that I mean, it is so good. I cannot. Just when I think it's slowed down and it's going to go away, it circles back. I've almost deleted the whole internet because I just
Can't get away from it.
It's so good. It's so good that they've started using other photos of Kevin James, and it's just this whole thing. But can you pull up one that maybe is family friendly? I don't know what they say, but they're just amazing.
He's one of my kids' comedic heroes, by the way.
They're so compelling
One of
that I
your kids'
watched
Comedic
Mall Cop.
heroes.
Oh, great.
That's not super family friendly. This is funny.
This is look. Who is this guy?
Doesn't even
He's
matter.
inserted himself It's just so good. But it's taken me down a dark path where I'm watching Mall Cop currently.
I have a serious question.
Yeah.
Was that a different person, or was that Kevin
Yeah.
James?
No, this
in
is Mall
blackface?
Cop, bro.
Okay, I'm just making
What?
sure.
Different
Make sure we're
person.
not.
No, he's saying what the first. Yeah, that was just a Photoshop.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Did y'all see when COVID took over? That's your
Jalen
60,
Hurts
that's your
is gonna
60
have an
seconds, by the way. When COVID took over, did you guys watch Kevin James' YouTube channel?
No.
No.
He
had a
did.
YouTube channel.
He did a sound guy bit where he was a grip for like big monumental moments.
Yes.
And he's like, oh man, we haven't been recording the whole time. Like, it's just like these hilarious bits where he's inserting himself into these different scenes.
What's the
So,
explaining the Kevin James memes? I mean, do we want to go down this dark path? I don't know.
Why is
That's from the
everyone
Dan Levitard show.
Oh,
so-
got it. Yeah, we can't.
Yeah,
we
okay,
can't
well,
afford
yeah.
that.
He's not an official sponsor, so we
Yeah,
can.
Kevin. I saw
include
Kevin
him.
James meme
A
this
lot of these are
morning.
about beer.
That's what his show is about.
Okay. I can't wait.
King of Queens,
Well, you can't
which
show
I've
it.
never watched an episode of.
Yeah,
honestly.
he doesn't. He works for a distributor, right? Isn't that what he
He's
does?
like a UPS person.
Oh, I thought he was like a distributor for.
No, he's a delivery driver.
But I mean, the one with the hair, far right corner. I mean, come
This
on,
one's cool. I like this. Me after ordering a steak medium well.
they're just so good. I mean, and the thing is, the way the internet works now, just so you know, if you like
I'm learning.
something, you get
Show
more in
more
your
of it.
feed.
More and more.
It's not who you follow; it's what you're interested in, right?
Sure.
The For You Explore kind of
Yeah.
algorithm thing is overtaken. It started on
love it.
TikTok and now it's
So good.
everywhere. So now, because even if you stop long enough to read it, it picks it up. It's insane.
This is great. My entire feed in one image. Kevin James, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce.
There it is. That's it. Can that be the cover of this whole episode? I mean, yeah, that's it.
That's it right
That's
there.
it. I mean, can we talk about Taylor Swift on here? I mean,
Swifties, listen, Swifties are going nuts, man.
I feel like
Do
we
y'all-
do need a Johnny B report on what's
Yeah,
really,
I
what's
just-
really happening here. Just real quick,
Yeah.
give me one sentence answer.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, real or fake? Go.
fake. Absolutely.
Hold up. Can I ask you this
Publicity.
question? So on the 22nd of October, there's a moment that's about to happen. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, where Taylor Swift is about to be in the same building as the Green Bay Packers. I can't remember the guy's name that plays. He's not a big name player, but his
Almost said Aaron Rodgers. Like,
nope. Yeah, close. Sorry. Gosh, what is her name? It's another big celebrity female who's married to a Green Bay Packer. Now I gotta look it up.
Okay. We have
But they're
this
going to be
too.
in the same building at the same time on Sunday, and they're talking about how it's going to go berserk because it's a Sunday night game.
Oh, wow. It's
and
like
Kelsey,
a
it's
celebrity
yes,
fest.
It is. Who is it? Simone Biles. There it is.
Oh,
Yes,
gymnast.
Simone Biles.
Simone.
And they're saying that the whole internet is going to blow up because Simone Biles is obviously the greatest gymnast in U.S. history.
Yeah, so she's going to try for a
She's
meetup.
also a full foot shorter than Taylor Swift.
I mean, that picture,
not a foot
that
and a half.
picture would be hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
10:01 on October 20th. You heard it here first on the Bingeworthy podcast. We're predicting the next internet wave.
It's going to happen.
Go.
It's
gonna happen.
these two. That's a power. That's a power duo right there. But I agree. I think Swift. Here's what I heard. Johnny B, confirm this if you will.
Okay.
Swift was in some hot water.
Yeah.
Needed to divert attention.
Wait, did you say T Swift with
I just-
some hot water?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's pour the tea.
here all day. All
And
day.
ended up
Just see
instead
something.
going with I think what I would say is the greatest personality outside of Jason Kelce in the NFL right now. In Travis Kelce, who is incredible. Now again, I think if we go back a couple years, I would say if Taylor Swift is trying to do this, she goes for who do you think? Rob Gronkowski. Why?
Yeah.
Diverts the energy, puts it somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm into it. But listen, either way, I'm game for the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce relationship.
So do you
don't
think
care if
the
it's real or
whole
fake, you're just
I
game for
don't.
it.
I'm in for it.
you think the whole thing's fake, or do
Yeah.
you think her interest in him is fake but his is real?
I think it's all a publicity stunt.
It's all. Yeah, I, would
I think
agree.
it's all-
I think
yeah.
it's either they're both faking it or they're both real. I don't think it's split.
It feels like a Hallmark movie where they're both faking it and then they end up falling in love.
Could
Yeah.
be true.
Oh my God. Confirmed right
Okay.
here.
Check in
Speaking
November.
Christmas
of
2025.
movies we need,
Oh man.
the Kelsey and Swift story.
A Mary Kelsey Christmas.
But there was a few years back where Travis Kelce said he wanted to meet. I know, almost.
You went Elmer Fudd on this.
I was hoping I could go fast enough.
Oh, Travis Kelce. I'm a Fudd.
I was hoping to move fast enough past it. Nobody would
Hunting Swifties.
It's Taylor season. I don't know. Is he from Brooklyn? I don't know.
Man.
You can't do that around here.
I
You've
was
seen that
hoping.
meme of when you
Yeah.
say something in front of anybody
It's true.
else.
I was trying to move quickly
Go ahead.
fast. Travis Kelce. I did that one on purpose. So,
It's fine. We all have it.
no, there was a video a few years back where Travis said he wanted to be in the room with Taylor. So it could be real for him, and she's
So did
playing off that
1.2 other million men, though.
I mean, I feel like
didn't work out for
she
them.
doesn't need it. She just got off one of the most successful tours in musical history.
But here's what blew my mind. She makes in one show what he makes in a year.
season, yeah.
She's doing all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, maybe Travis playing the game here of like Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, where like, hey, Will, you're worth way more than I am. Let me just hang my hat on you. You just pay my way, and, we'll make a big stink of it.
Travis is Jada.
Have you,
Travis is Jada.
Speaking of Jada, have you seen that conspiracy that
I have,
that,
and I
that
love it.
Tupac is Jada?
I love it, dude.
Tupac, like,
I can't go down.
Yeah.
Don't do
I
it.
almost typed it in. I'm
Don't
not
do
going
it.
to.
I
Yeah.
mean, forget lizard people. Tupac is alive in the form
Tupac
of Jada
is
Pinkett
alive,
Smith.
and he's married to Will Smith,
I mean-
We're
allegedly.
3 clicks
Allegedly.
further in than my brain can fathom what's happening.
Well,
right
let's
now.
bring
He's
this
still on
let's bring
MySpace.
this
He's
thing
like,
back.
what?
Let's bring this thing back.
Chris, what
What's
have you
MySpace?
binged since the last time we were?
I will tell you, I just finished The Last Dance. I know I'm 3 years behind, but I just hadn't had the motivation to pick it up. I'm not a big basketball guy at all. I had to really kind of con my way into it, and now I wish I would watch it. I'm probably gonna watch it again.
Yeah, it is worth a second watch.
It is so good.
So good.
And I feel like I'll be honest with you. I watched the Swamp Kings, Urban Meyer, and I think I don't remember we talked about this in the last one or not, but I watched Swamp Kings, Urban Meyer, and Tim Tebow's story. I feel like it was just a fluff piece, and it was frustrating. I don't feel like they did that with The Last Dance. I feel like with Last Dance, they went all in, and just were like, Michael's a jerk sometimes, but he made us all better because of
But
it.
he embraces it.
You know what I mean? And he tells him, and I love episode 7 where he
walk-off.
says, I have to push them. Like, that's what I'm here to do. You either get pushed or get off the team. And then he just goes, I got to take a break. And you could just see, like, this was his life. Now, here's the question.
Wow.
I get to the end of episode 10. He says, I think we should have all come back, signed 1-year contracts, bring Phil back, bring the core back, bring all these guys back, go for a 7th. Problem I have with that is they had a chance for 7 and didn't get it with that core. In that 95 season, they were there, and they lost in the conference championship to the Pacers or whoever it was.
I was a basketball geek at the time. They lost to Shaq's Magic.
Oh, Magic. That's right. They lost to Shaq.
But keep in mind, Jordan only been back for 20 games before that. They
Doesn't
did
matter.
not have Rodman the rest of the team.
You're either the greatest or you're
Wow.
not the greatest. Here's what it is. He won without Rodman. Everybody else that he had won with in those 93, 94, like
back.
92, 93, 90, like they were all there. Yeah, I know. He was gassed. I get it. He'd been training for baseball, which is very different. I know. Problem is, you had the team and you lost. So either you win 7 or you don't win 7. You don't say we could have. It's frustrating. I know. But if y'all come back, I feel like you built your whole momentum to win the Last Dance. Now what is it? The maybe dance? Nah. Take your 6, and then for you to. And here's the thing: I wish they would have addressed episode 11, the sequel. I wish we had MJ with the Wizards.
Yeah.
Wizards.
Why? Just why? So I watched that, and before that, I finished Severance, which I think has one of the greatest shows I've watched in a long time.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I've read it.
Top-
It's just
top to
incredible.
bottom.
I
Severance
love
is where?
Severance. It's
It's on Apple. Top to bottom.
Severance.
It's the guy from Parks and Rec.
Is it done or is it still going?
It's done. Ben Stiller.
There's
another season
There's another
coming,
season
yeah.
that hasn't come out yet. But first season is all out.
Ben Stiller directed it. I don't
yeah.
know who wrote it, but it is one of the best
Adam
shows
Scott.
out there right now. Yeah, Adam Scott.
Patricia Arquette's in it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
really it. Other than that, everybody else is kind of a new face, but it is. I'm shocked that it's only 8.7 on IMDb, but it
97 on
is
Rotten Tomatoes, though.
so good. The score is great. Yeah, I mean Theodore Shapiro did a phenomenal job on that. But
It
anyways,
is really, really good.
It was great.
Really, really good.
I would just
I
encourage
was
you guys
just
to
looking
watch
the
it.
other day. It was like, when's the next season coming out? And they don't have it. I don't see a date for it.
Well, with
because of writers' strike
all
and
the
everything.
strikes that happen,
Yeah.
there's SAG and AFTRA are still on strike as
they
we
are.
record now. But anyway, so thankful the writers are back. Obviously, a lot of those shows are coming back that we love. But man, it's good. It's a thinking.
One
it's a
season
thinking
out,
show.
one on the way.
Yeah. I'd watch it. It's a good watch. So those are the two big ones I've watched currently. A lot of football watching right now. A lot of baseball watching right now.
Yeah.
Remind me to get one of your Apple IDs after this is over.
I got you, man.
Segue from where you are,
Yeah.
kind of a little segue. The writer's strike in the Hollywood. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast
Here we
before,
go.
but I'm a nerd for WWE. It's like we all get one thing that we're not proud of, but we
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
And so The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, randomly shows up. It's been like several years. He randomly shows up on an episode of WWE television. Obviously the roof blows off the place because nobody knew. It's crazy, and that's why, because he's got nothing to do, right? He's just chilling, and just comes in, does what The Rock does, and it's just amazing. But I've started because it made me think. I'm watching a documentary right now about pro wrestling and just the history of it. It's on Netflix. It's called Wrestler. Wrestlers, plural. And they're
It's all like the B roll guys, right? Like the B talent guys, like down in the bottom, like how they grind to the top.
Yeah, so it's focused on a promotion. A promotion is like an organization, a wrestling organization. It's focused on a promotion called OVW, which is like one of the last standing kind of independent promotions. The big guys kind of buy them up, right? So, but this one is historic because John Cena came out of it. Brock Lesnar came out of this place, Randy Orton, some big guys. So they're still standing, but they're about to go under, right? So this guy who doesn't know a lot about wrestling but has a lot of money comes in and invests. So this show is taking you through this journey. Can he save this, historically, incredible promotion? Like, but he knows nothing about wrestling. It's an incredible watch. If you're a documentary fan, even if you're not a wrestling fan, it's a good time.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's good stuff. I just got a Hulu login a couple days ago.
There you go.
So I'm going to
it's
start
time.
binging Only Murders and Wrexham.
The Bear.
Only
Bear.
Murders is
Put the Bear
so
on the
good.
list, too.
Did y'all finish Only Murders?
Only Murders. We hadn't hit season 3 yet.
This is
We hadn't hit it yet.
just what I've binged list. Only Murders season 3 we just finished. Fantastic. Not the best season, but it's just hard with that cast to go wrong. You've got
Agree.
Paul
So good.
Rudd is on season 3.
Oh, what a
I
gem!
heard he was
I
amazing.
love Paul
He's
Rudd.
like 50, right?
He's
brilliant.
He did really good.
Beautiful
It's
man.
amazing.
Yeah.
Really good.
Man, Chris
man.
Monday.
So yeah,
it's
the
a
Bear.
Friday.
I finished season 1 of the Bear. 2 is delayed. Season 2 is delayed because of but it was just hitting its stride. I felt like when the season was over, and I was like, oh man.
Oh, The Bear. Hold on. Season 2's out.
What's that now?
Season 2 of The Bear is out.
Win as a win.
I don't know. We just watched it.
But do you have like the Canadian?
Literally
Hulu?
just
I don't know.
watched season 2 of
They
The
get
Bear.
it. They
You
get
got
it
a
first.
computer right in front of
With
you. You
the
can really
missus.
find out.
I know, but I've got the Hulu app right in front of me. I'm just going to pull
Oh,
up
okay.
the Hulu
Yeah.
app.
let's do that.
Unless I'm dreaming an entire second season that didn't happen. Yeah, it's out, brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean-
I have done that before.
And it's better than the first.
But what if you did dream and you were actually supposed to go write season 2 now that you know what's
Right?
happening? How awesome would that
Is it
be?
a dream or is it a dream in a dream? It's Inception.
Inception. Speaking
Is this a
of-
dream?
Yeah,
and
she's
good
all
night.
dream.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. Where's my top?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Season 3 is what I'm waiting
There
for.
it is. There it
Not
is.
season
There
2.
it
Yeah,
is.
I've watched season 1 and
I was
2.
gonna say,
Sorry.
how is Caleb ahead of you on a
was lost.
binge?
I
I
was right.
was
It went-
flabbergasted.
Season 1 and 2 kind of all blended
Yeah.
together for
Got
me.
it.
They did,
I
for
thought
sure.
it was one long
Yep.
season. Sorry. Season 3 is what I'm waiting for. Correction.
Yeah.
So did the Bear. Finished up the Office Superfan episodes. They didn't make it. They stopped at a certain point. I don't know if there's more coming out. But
so.
that was super frustrating. They stopped at the end of season 6.
No, I need to see
That
7.
was super frustrating.
Yeah.
And then the one that kind of blew up our text thread for a second, season 2 of the Murdoch Murders.
Oh,
Yes.
come on.
I love. I've laughed. I'm still laughing inside for days at his response. They're still murdering people up there.
Throwing out another season. Guess
It's
they're
crazy.
still there.
Yeah, we need
Follow these
season
guys and
3.
get away with murder.
He just exclamation
But-
point, question mark.
Have
They're
y'all
still murdering people. up there.
Y'all seen the show How to Get Away with Murder? This is real life.
is it.
How do you
This
get
is
away
it.
with murder?
This is
Easy.
But
Yeah.
Anyways.
hot take, I don't think he did it. I think he organized it. I don't know that he
You don't
pulled
think
the
he pulled the
maybe.
trigger?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They said
I don't
that it
think
looked
he
like
was
an
the only one.
amateur.
I don't think he was the only one.
Wow.
Yeah,
he
I
had
think
help.
there's more to it.
Do you believe anything
And
is
Cousin
real
Eddie?
besides lizard people?
I do believe that Tupac is In fact,
Jada.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
I will say, I mean, he's got convicted. He's in prison. So there's like, okay, I feel like if there was somebody else, he just strikes me as the type of person that would have cried wolf already and been like, yeah, here's the other people that did it too.
Yeah.
I mean, he never confessed. Even now, he's appealing everything.
Yeah, he's feeling
Yeah.
Cousin Eddie's sketchy. Can we talk about Cousin Eddie?
Sketch, but I don't know. He seemed like he was too honest.
Yeah. He's
to
not
hide-
smart enough to
hide
lie.
anything.
Yeah.
He was just like, I don't care if I did. I'll tell you I did. I've done a lot of bad stuff. I didn't do this.
Well, let me tell you what I did do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
How long's this documentary? I got enough time to tell you what I have done.
He's great.
Yeah.
how much
I would
film
love
you
to hang
got?
out with
I'll
him.
tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
hang
that.
out with him.
I love it good. Listen, that was shocking to me that they were like, you know what? You didn't get enough of the first one? Let me drop you
Season
3 more
two.
episodes.
I mean, it was just the trial, basically, and the
That's so
investigation and the trial is all it was. Because when season 1 came out, it's only 3 episodes, right? Season 1,
Yeah.
Yeah.
season 2. I know season 2 is 3 episodes, but anyway.
Yeah,
It makes me want to go to Hampton, South Carolina. It looks like a lovely place.
It is. It
I mean,
is.
it, you know,
It's all like
other than the killing.
Bird.
Yeah.
So it's basically the same.
Yeah. Golly.
Anyway, anybody else binge anything
That's
else
good.
before we get on to today's topic?
College football.
College football.
College football.
for sure.
Soccer.
No.
College football was very entertaining.
I don't want to get into baseball because I'll get angry.
Yeah, I don't
not
know.
worth
Source
it.
this too soon. Let's
Yeah.
move on.
Too
I don't
soon.
want to talk about it.
Too soon.
We're not quite ready for that yet. Hey, just real quick, I want to make sure we make this a note. Caleb, how's fantasy football going for you, man?
Killing it.
Awesome.
Killing it.
Super proud of you, man. Really proud of you.
I
Caleb's,
was within 1 point of winning 1 week, 3 another, 4 another. But all said, I think that means I'm 0-6.
Wow. Wow.
Put a 1 in there.
all said. All said.
I had like 3 weeks when I would have beaten anyone except the person I played. Like I happened to have terrible luck. They were on fire, and then my team collapsed.
Yeah.
So between those two things, it's been great.
The frustrating thing for Caleb is that he has the most points for and equally the most points against. So everybody has career days. But you have one of my favorite fantasy football names. Doesn't matter. Chicken dinner.
Chicken
and
dinner,
everybody's
baby.
like, what does that mean?
All day.
I'm like, do
What
you
does
not
it
know
mean?
the winner chicken dinner?
Yeah,
Come on,
Chicken
man.
dinner all
Anyways.
day. Might
so-
have to rebrand next year. We'll see how that goes.
So we're gonna start releasing these on the last Tuesday of every month. We realized,
Just decided.
decided before we got on this pod.
To date.
A lot of things, craziness, documenting stuff's picking up, and we want to make sure we put out the best possible podcast we can.
Clearly.
Within our means, yes. So we're excited. It's gonna be once a month, last Tuesday of every month. Now we were gonna do a Halloween episode. Problem is, I was devoid of a childhood. And so I don't have any. My family was, as Nate Bargatze would say, the most Christian. We boycotted Disney.
Wow.
We boycotted Halloween. We didn't for the longest time. We just sat in a hole. We were homeschooled. I was pulled out of school because they were teaching about evolution. So I was taught by my mother for 8 years. Turned out phenomenal. And so I say all that to say that would have been a very short episode. It would have been an episode of like, well, once I went to a fall festival for our church and got to dress up like Moses. And I carried a little tablet around with me. And I thought I was amazing. So anyways,
On that note,
Chris, you were amazing.
thank you so
I
much,
love
Kale.
that.
I needed that affirmation
Absolutely.
today.
on that note, though, best church alternative Halloween names you've ever heard. Here, I'm going to
I feel
drop
like
one.
you've got them.
I'm ready for your list. I'm ready for your list.
Hallelujah Fest.
Okay.
Nah, I can't beat that one.
Yeah, no.
I can't beat that one.
There you go.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah
I
Fest.
think
yeah.
he just effectively killed the Halloween topic.
Well,
so,
yeah,
what else you got, Chris?
Anyways,
that was
that was amazing. So off to Halloween. Today's topic is easy. It's a fun one, man. Movie squeals. So when we have a text thread goes through, I said, "Hey, what do you guys want to talk about?" And Dustin's pulling up Hallelujah Festival.
I'm sorry.
You have to. You got to see it.
Is this
I'm in.
real or not?
No, it's
or
amazing. I mean,
what's happening
Hallelujah
here?
Festival.
Okay.
Featuring-
And it took me to.
Oh, it took you to Chris Tomlin.
Chris Tomlin.
What a,
Yeah,
Tomlin.
what a
Wow.
good-looking fella.
I mean, if you're not dressed up as a wise man for Halloween,
Corpus Christi.
you've
Oh,
just not lived.
yeah, you got to get out of that
does
YouTube.
feel-
There you
that
go.
does feel like a
I
Texas
knew he
thing.
was a false prophet.
I mean, if
Oh,
yeah.
get
I've got
into
some-
it.
Yeah, there you
Come
go.
on.
Games.
Road trip.
This is
boys.
happening.
Road trip.
This is happening on Halloween this year.
Yeah, it's just 2023.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got a comp day. How about you?
Games,
Let's go.
games, food, and
Yes, I do.
faith-filled fun.
I feel like we
I
need
love
to
it.
say, given what you
Okay.
just said, Chris, that
Yeesh.
for those of you listening right now in Corpus Christi, you can drive this evening at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
And be part of the Falloween
From
Fest.
6 o'clock to
tonight
9
at the
o'clock.
Come
Altar
on,
of Prayer.
get there,
It's
folks.
located at 3945 Ayers Street in Corpus Christi,
Ayers,
Texas.
Ayers.
I don't know. Ayers,
Short A,
Ayers.
long A.
Sure.
I just
but
love
yeah,
it.
join them for some games, food, and faith-filled fun. The Triple F.
I think they're doing
triple.
I think they're doing the classic line
go.
from the Christmas movie. Fa ra 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 ra
Yeah.
ra. When you come in.
Hallelujah.
Real quick.
Hallelujah.
Oh yeah.
Nightmare Before
Booyah.
Christmas. Is it a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
All right, we're not there yet. We can do a Christmas episode. I love me. some
Hot
Christmas.
take.
We will be doing Christmas episode.
We'll do that in my front yard.
That'll be the December episode.
yeah,
We can pre-record
Just
it.
do it in
and
my
next
front
week
yard.
in your front
It's
yard.
true. It's almost ready.
Yeah, I know. I figured.
I don't like that on this. The only thing that bugs me, besides the whole event, is that they didn't capitalize the S in street.
Oh,
How do
wow.
you miss it? You know?
Yeah, I hate that. That's what bothers you.
Well, I said
Altar of
It
Prayer.
does stand out, though.
just
I
stands
agree.
out.
I mean, just visually.
That's
Just
Altar
stands
of Prayer sounds like it could go either way. I
No,
mean, just
I'm
like
into it
that.
though. All right, so our text thread we talked about a couple of ideas, and Johnny B tossed out the idea of movie squeals. So we're just gonna for the next. My favorite movie squeal is Dumb and Dumber.
Just to be clear, you're saying sequel.
No,
Squeal.
squeal at this point.
text thread
We
said
might
squeal.
move to sequel.
I'm just for the listeners who aren't in on the inside joke. Just making sure that you're saying this
Oh well,
Yeah.
right now I'm staying on the bit of squeals.
right, but I just want them to know where we're going.
We'll get there eventually. Don't
One
you
thing
spoil the
everyone needs
surprise
to know
now.
is,
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, we were doing a bit. It's fine.
Oh, my bad.
yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
it's-
spell.
Everybody else got the bit.
So
That's how we
so,
got here.
I didn't get the bit. I'm still. I can't get off this follow.
wait, are we recording? Right?
I think we're still recording.
I love it.
Audio good?
We'll see.
My favorite movie squeal
Yeah.
is Dumb and Dumber when they're riding in the dog van and Jim Carrey looks over and goes, "Do you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?" And the guy, it's just the mafia guy, and he goes, "It's the greatest." Anyway, so
Yeah, I got.
you guys have one?
I got one.
Keep
Go,
going.
you
Go
go.
on.
I'm so slow. It took me a minute to figure out what you were doing there.
I had a whole bit set up, man.
I got one.
Literally,
Johnny, go, Johnny. Go. What you got?
And it kind of does tie into my favorite movie sequel. We can talk about it later. Kevin, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yes.
It's kind of a squeal.
it's a great squeal.
Yeah. I'm
When
on
she's
too.
at the airport, that's
I'm
not
on
when
too.
they
It's a great-
realize.
So classic.
Do you know that John Candy came in and filmed that just all in one day? No lines. They
Yeah.
just
Polka, polka.
what a great.
I believe it. He
What
was
a
great.
great
Yeah.
bit.
One of the
Gosh,
greats.
John
One of the
Candy.
greats. Can I throw in my favorite squeal?
I love a good squeal.
I don't know if squeal is the right word, but Drew Barrymore scream opening scene. Everybody thinks that she's going to be like the main character.
Yeah, good call.
She doesn't make it past minute number 16.
It's true.
And yeah, just a great moment. in
Gone.
Cinematic history. That's all, guys.
Gosh,
I love that.
My favorite thing is when you bring a cameo in, you think that person's going to drive the arc, and they're
Boom.
gone. And
Yeah,
you're like,
like Bill Murray
Samuel
in
L.
the Ant-Man
Jackson.
movie.
Ant-Man movie.
Blue
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson, Deep Blue Sea.
I thought you were going to say Bill Murray
throw it out there.
in Space Jam.
Yeah,
Gotta
in
still
every
about that
Bill Murray in
movie later.
everything.
Yeah.
Great.
Post Scrooged.
It's
yeah.
true.
So he's giving the speech, and then we're now recording two podcasts simultaneously.
Two
by
at the
way.
same time. You guys have one.
I told him there was something I was telling him later off air. Anyway, go ahead.
that's
all.
good. We're having a good
We can
time.
get into it. I did pull up the 25 best movie sequels of all time.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
I got some right here,
Squeal does sound like sequel. Okay.
Because Johnny B had a little bit of a typo.
Yeah, yeah.
A little bit of a misprint.
I got you.
And we made a bit of it for a second within the text thread and then decided movie sequels would be fun. So we're gonna start with worst. You want to start with best or worst? Want to start with worst or best? Best?
Let's do best.
Dustin first. All right. So we're gonna talk about movie sequels today. So
Before I scroll down the list, let's just
Yeah.
each name one of your favorite movie sequels.
oof.
So
Okay.
pick one, and we'll see if it's on the list or not.
Rocky 2.
Rocky 2.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Come on.
That is fantastic.
So good.
Wow.
That is fantastic. Back to the Future 2 for me. I mean, it's not even
Back to the Future.
Not even
Yeah.
That's a great one.
I really thought you were going to go a different direction there based on what I know about your favorite movies.
That's true.
I really thought you were gonna go to an Ocean's
Ocean's 12
level.
is in there.
Yeah. All right. It's fine.
Ooh, can I please say two, please?
Yeah.
Because I think these are two. These
I
are
want
both in
to-
my top 5 movies.
I
of
want you
all
to
time.
sequel your answer
and
here.
these might be in the top 5 movies of all time anywhere.
It's true.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back.
Come on.
Wow.
And The Dark Knight. Come on.
The
Yeah.
Dark Knight.
Come
yeah.
on, baby.
Yeah.
Okay,
Christopher
right.
Nolan's
Empire
whole bit
Strikes
was
Back
great.
that's episode 5, right?
It's a sequel though to the original.
Just
It
making
is,
sure.
yeah.
Try to think about it.
Is
Think about
sequel?
it.
We should define this. Is sequel
Yeah.
part 2, or is it anything?
I think of it as
original?
part 2.
After the original.
Agreed.
Right.
Just wanted to
Cool.
find the boundaries.
Sure.
Because for whatever Lucas was like,
But it was released number
4 to
two
5.
Yes,
I'm not going to
exactly.
fault Lucas for being an idiot.
Well, I'm
just,
thinking yours is probably on this list.
I bet it's one.
100%.
I bet
has
it's
to be
number
on the
one.
list.
You think it's number 1?
Actually, I bet
Should I slow roll
if
it
this
down?
is a serious film genre thing, because I'm
Yeah.
into movies more than
I hope
shows,
so.
guys,
Yeah.
Godfather 2 will likely be number 1 because it's
Yep.
widely regarded to be the greatest
It's
sequel
number
of all
one on
time.
my on this random list.
I'm not a Godfather guy,
we
but I
got
bet it's
Creed
there.
in there,
Creed was
Indiana
great.
Jones, Blade Runner,
okay.
Logan, Paddington 2 hits. I'm going to tell you right now, Marmalade, let's go.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Paddington.
I haven't seen either one of those Paddington movies.
You
Same.
need to.
Same.
Fantastic.
Really?
Okay.
Y'all, none of y'all seen? So we're going to just watch Paddington 2 right after this.
my God.
Little known
So
fact,
good.
that is Dustin in costume right
Yeah.
there on your
Dude,
screen. There's your-
Paddington is
Season 3 of Bear
Paddington
confirmed.
is great. Paddington is
three.
great. 1 and 2. Make sure you watch
That's
it.
good.
Wes Craven. Call back to last episode.
Call back.
Because he thought I was saying Wes Craven when I was talking about Wes.
Those
Anderson.
Halloween movies are, I mean, I can't get into them, man.
Yeah.
I
They're
want
weird.
to,
They're a little
but
weird.
Me
the
neither.
Scream,
Can't get
Halloween,
into
that
it.
whole.
Top
Top
Gun
Gun
Maverick.
Maverick.
that
So
feels
good.
like
I will agree. That
it
was
was
so good.
really good. Does it deserve to be on this list? I don't know.
Save the American
Star Trek
Cinema
2,
Theater
Wrath of
experience.
Khan, Evil Dead, no one cares. Avengers, people are into that stuff. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last
Ooh.
Jedi is up
Okay.
on here.
Wow.
Goldfinger, okay,
Yeah.
throwing it way back. Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, I knew that.
Spider-Man 2.
Listen, can we hang there for a second?
Sure.
Spider-Man 2 is an incredible movie.
Is that the Kiss movie? Is that the
It's-
one where
yeah,
he's hanging down backwards and she takes the mask off?
I think that
Or is
that
that
happens
3?
in part 1, but part 2 is where she
Batman.
finds out that he's Spider-Man, and it's just incredible.
Okay.
Like I've read, I'm gonna nerd out for 30 seconds.
Let's do
I've
it.
read entire articles on just the method behind Spider-Man 2 and how it is like the perfect movie sequel. Like it is just amazing. I mean, it takes from the first, gives you a little more, and then it just leaves this epic. Now, I'll know what happens in Spider-Man 3. It's probably the worst.
Takes a
but
turn.
It killed a franchise, but Spider-Man 2, man, it is worth a rewatch.
Yeah.
So good.
We're up to number 7. I haven't seen my 2. They're going to be in the top 7.
gotta be in the top
I
5,
believe
yeah.
it. And I'm calling it. I'm calling it now.
I'm stuck here on number 8 for a second because it says Aliens is a sequel. I thought,
Yeah.
oh, so Alien singular
Yes.
was the first
Like
one.
70s, I think.
Aliens
Yeah, that was
plural,
OG.
7
Yep.
years later. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Mad Max, whatever.
Yeah.
Dark Knight.
There, come on, baby.
Come on.
Yeah.
Dark
Come
Knight
on, Dark
Incredible.
deserves
Let me
to
just
be in
say
there.
this. That was I know everybody likes to argue that Joaquin Phoenix and the other guy.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Jack Nicholson?
No, the
Which
guy
was the
who just
golfer?
did a new one. It was in Suicide Squad. Jared Leto. Sorry,
yeah.
Oh.
that Leto and Phoenix. Now Phoenix, the Joker is a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good in it. He's
And
great
he's
in it.
great
actually.
in it. But there is nothing. I think nothing holds a candle
Different level.
to
Yeah, Heath Ledger's performance.
to Heath
was
Ledger's
epic.
performance.
He
It was
essentially lost his
unreal.
mind doing it
Yeah.
and paid the personal consequences.
Yeah,
It's a true story.
yeah.
Insane.
And that's it.
No, we're freezing up here. I'm not sure what's happening.
Can we talk about Toy
Oh, it's because I was on
Story
the
2?
reading one. Sorry.
Oh,
Let me
gotcha.
just get off the reading thing here real quick. Caleb really wants to get
I'm
this.
just
All right.
excited.
I'm into finishing this thing.
Excited, baby.
Yeah, so Dark Knight.
We're this-
We're in my
We've
genre. We're in my
Lord
world
of the
now.
Rings.
Lord of the
Oh,
Rings,
so good.
Return of the King.
So good.
Yeah, I'm into
Really
it.
Best
good.
picture, 2003.
Terminator 2.
2003. Oh,
Terminator
yes.
2.
I forgot about those
Forgot
Terminator
about
movies
that.
are phenomenal.
Empire and
Terminator 2
Godfather 2. Where
was-
you at, guys?
Terminator 2 was
Was so good.
So good.
really good. Toy Story 3. That feels like a emotional.
Yeah, I just said Toy Story 2,
Disney
but
wrote this.
Toy Story 3, most
There it
people
is.
think it should have just ended right there.
I think so.
Number
Yeah.
2, Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, and
Yeah.
number 1 is probably going to be
Godfather
Godfather
2?
Part 2. It has to be.
Yep.
There it is.
It is.
Godfather
There it
Part
is.
2.
Caleb successfully driving the Force.
I mean,
show.
when we change from Bingeworthy to whatever the
Watchworthy.
movie equivalent is,
Yeah, we'll do
I'll
Watchworthy
be
this
an
week.
active participant in the program.
Those are great. Yeah, Rocky. I'll say this: Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, phenomenal.
So good.
Rocky 5 had potential, and I agree with our Nateland friends when they were talking about this. I think the hard part for me was when they took that weird detour to Tommy Gunn. It just took it away. It's like you had to create a whole other movie sequel, like they did with Creed. I'm okay with Creed because it's not a Rocky movie. It's in the
Brandon's Creed.
family.
Yeah.
It's in that whole canon.
Right.
But it's not Rocky. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you do Tommy Gunn and you've diverted it and Rocky's still wrestling, I think that movie goes a different direction. I think people receive that movie differently if you brand it differently.
Yeah.
I think branding it Rocky Balboa, whatever they did, Rocky 5, whatever it was, I think that's
5.
That was the tension.
Yeah, I think Rocky Balboa was their attempt to try to kind of right some wrongs.
And
of
it was
Rocky
better
Balboa.
I
for
get it.
sure.
Rocky Balboa was great.
Yeah,
Great
it was. But I just, for me,
I'm laughing
I
at this
can't.
list already.
So yeah, those are some of the best. I agree. Godfather was good, man. It's a good sequence of
It's
movies.
amazing. I think it might be it's as iconic, if not more, than the original.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 25 worst. All right.
Oh, there it
We
is.
did best. I thought, why not?
Yeah,
why not
I'm
hit the
into
worst?
it.
All right,
Batman and Robin.
So real quick,
gosh.
without looking up there too much
Yeah.
longer. Worst, like the worst sequel you've ever seen.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Go.
Oh, man.
That's good for that list.
I know. No, I mean,
So it wasn't a good movie. It was good for the list of what you're saying.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
What
worst.
do you got? Worst sequel.
All 3 of the Star Wars prequels, which were sequels to the original.
Hot
He said, "Let me
take.
not
As
just
a
give
Star
you
Wars
one."
person, I detest those 3 movies.
Wow.
They
I'm gonna tell
really
you right
jack
now,
those
the
up.
intensity in which he said that when he was staring at me.
It felt.
I'm in it. The more lighthearted answer would be Jaws 3.
Okay.
I-
Jaws 3.
I'm gonna
Jaws
say
in general. Yeah.
any Home Alone
skip it.
movie that doesn't have Macaulay Culkin in it can just fall
we
off
in-
the face
we
of
in
the
church
planet.
now, folks.
What
Come on,
a
preach some more, Johnny B.
heresy.
Preach some more.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you. I'm just
Sure.
saying.
I mean, I have a lot of honorable mentions, but I'm going to tell you when someone asks me this question, it undoubtedly always comes back to Hot Shots Part 2.
Oh, hallelujah.
Okay.
Hot Shots Part 2.
Wow.
Which 2 is French for 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how bad
I
it is.
appreciate
I
that
agree.
clarification.
It was so
Get it.
bad. So bad. I mean, I got some honorable mentions I want to throw out there just in case they show up on this list real quick.
Okay.
Santa Claus 3.
Oh wow.
I don't remember that one,
Ooh,
actually.
it's not
Maybe
good.
that's why.
You're right.
Terrible.
But the Santa Claus series that they've kind of done,
Not bad.
it slaps, bro.
not bad. It's not
It's
bad.
good.
All right, let's see what we got on here. Any predictions before we start? Y'all think the ones that you mentioned are going to be on this
Oh,
list?
100%. They
yeah.
have-
Jaws 3, probably.
Yeah.
Probably not the sequels,
I mean,
but they should
you
be.
see a shark on
I
there.
bet. I bet a
see
lot of these
Batman
are going to be
and Robin on
older
there.
films too that
Yeah.
I may not have watched.
Why is it not an actual list?
It just knows we need it.
Because it knows we need it.
Let's do it. Oh, it's going to be. You're going to have to do next. It's going to
Oh,
be.
it's one of those things.
It's
Is
going to
it?
be a
Start
yeah,
slideshow.
start
There you
slideshow.
go. Over the shark's face.
Over the
shark.
shark's face. Got it.
Right?
Heard. All right.
Oh,
yeah, here we
Caddyshack
go.
2.
Yeah, Caddyshack 2 was terrible.
I don't really remember
It
it.
was terrible.
That's why not memorable.
This isn't going to be a super fast list.
Sting 2.
Don't know what that is really.
First one was so good.
Was it?
Oh, incredible.
Maybe that's part
Sting?
of. Maybe that's
You guys
part
seen
of.
The Sting?
I was
Go
saying
back and
maybe
watch it.
maybe
Trust
that's part of being like the worst sequel. Is
Right.
that one has to be so good.
Well, the
Sets
bar
the bar,
is too
yeah.
high.
Sure, you set
yes.
the bar so high.
Yeah, Staying Alive was part 2 of Saturday Night Fever, so I could see that being a thing. This is not popping up super quick.
Troll.
2.
It wasn't
Get out
that
of here.
bad.
Oh, okay. I was about
okay.
to fight, bro.
Okay.
He goes, JT.
Johnny B's like, whoa,
That's
whoa,
a fight,
whoa.
bro.
Let me be clear. I will always stand with Justin Timberlake.
Come on.
Poltergeist 3.
Yeah.
I don't like those movies.
I don't like any of those. I don't
Yeah.
think you need to have another.
Aliens.
One.
These are so
versus
bad we haven't even seen
Predator.
most of them.
Yeah, they're like
That's how bad this is.
Yeah, that's true.
I do wish it was just like a straight. Can I do this list?
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
slides?
try that out. See what happens.
I feel like everything's freezing up on me right now.
I love the
no.
internet here, man.
It's doing great until it just.
I know, yeah,
it doesn't
just
like,
till we-
it doesn't like these like
Blair Witch
these,
2, Book of Shadows.
Oh,
That Blair Witch whole
the whole
series
franchise
was
was-
the
terrible.
whole thing, was it, because there was like a whole debate, what is it, actually found footage, or was it like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they
well,
made
that's how
it
they
feel
marketed
like,
it. They
yeah.
marketed it as, oh, this is a real thing.
Yeah. I believed it in the 5th grade.
I remember
Sure,
there's
we should've.
another movie I watched with the kids, and it was just a total bomb.
Oof.
I think it was, I was a big Indiana Jones guy. I think it was not this last one, which I think they did a pretty nice job with.
Here we go.
I think it was the one before that was just
Yeah.
Oh,
Kingdom of the
Exorcist
Crystal
2.
Skull. I
Look
think
at
is the
that.
name of it.
All right. How you want to do this? You want to roll
I
through?
mean, it doesn't really feel
Oh,
like it's
Jaws
doing
3 on the list.
There you listen.
Jaws 3.
Come
Number
on.
3 on the
All right,
list.
so
Nailed it.
Aliens,
bad,
Predator, we
guys.
did Book of Shadows, Blair Witch is where kind of where we left off. I still know what you did last summer. Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Dustin, I still know.
Still know.
Can we talk about-
Zoolander 2?
Ooh.
I didn't even know there was a second one. I love the first
I
one.
don't think I did either.
Yeah.
That first one was incredible.
Son of the Mask. That was
Don't skip ahead of me.
terrible.
You're skipping ahead of
Okay,
me.
I'm sorry.
Skip ahead of me. So Super Babies, no one knows what that means.
Wow.
American Psycho 2, Dumb and Dumberer when Harry
There you
met
go.
Lloyd. That was
Go
one
with
of
it.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah. That
one was
Agreed. That
bad.
was terrible.
That was bad.
Basic Instinct 2, whatever. Son of the Mask.
Yeah. Do y'all know the premise of that show? I don't even know if we can talk about it. We might get canceled.
movie, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put this as politically correct as I can. So, The Mask is an amazing movie.
I love The Mask. Jim Carrey's
say
always incredible.
Less, my guy. The Mask 2. Jamie Kennedy is the main character, which is fine. He puts on the mask for one night, goes home, loves his wife.
Love it.
She, the product of love, starts to happen. She's pregnant. She gets pregnant.
She's gassy.
Their kid is the son of the mask.
No.
Yes, because they. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. It's the what?
Yeah.
How's that? That's not how the mask works.
No, well, apparently it's how it works.
dumb.
And so their kid has mask-like abilities because he's the product of. Yeah.
I'm just impressed by the enthusiasm with which you attacked that
I mean,
topic.
well, can you imagine watching it as a 9-year-old kid or however old I was? I was just.
You weren't happy
It was
about
not Jim Carrey, number one.
Yeah.
And then just it was
Anytime,
the worst.
and that's I think why Dumb and Dumber 2 was so bad. Like let me take it back. Sorry, Dumb and Dumber was so bad.
Yeah.
They removed Jeff Daniels. You removed Jim Carrey, and at that moment, what are you doing?
What's the point?
Like that's what made the movie wasn't
Yeah.
the great writing. It was
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels as the character actor he was in that moment. It was Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey, and it was phenomenal. And that's why Dumb and Dumber 2, when they brought him back, I mean, it was not great. All it was a nostalgia fest. It was just trying to redeem the series at the end of the day. Yeah. But it was way better than the other one. Anyways.
Yes.
Yeah. Man, there's another. Oh, Joe Dirt too.
Wait, there's a second Joe Dirt?
It was terrible.
Didn't
it was
Crackle put it out?
It was like Crackle. Yeah. And they did
What?
the exact same jokes, the exact same cast. It was basically like, hey, let's reshoot Joe Dirt, but we're all older now and see how it comes out. It was terrible. All right, so continuing down this list, I see one here that could strike a chord.
Okay.
Space Jam: A New
Yeah,
Legacy.
listen.
with
Yeah, I
LeBron.
mean,
it
this
is
is
terrible.
dumb.
My kid made me watch it again the other day.
Yeah.
And
It's
if you're
bad.
watching
I avoided
this
it the
right
first
now,
time.
Let me
which
be
one I
clear.
am.
Avoided it the first time.
Space Jam 1 is not great.
It's not.
Correct.
It's
It's
a
not.
Not at
fun.
all great.
It's a fun
yes,
marketing
it's
ploy.
product of its time.
That's
very
all.
much. Yeah.
It was Michael Jordan is an international sensation. Let's put him in a movie. I get it. Whatever. Cute. But
But then we got like, oh, is LeBron the next Michael Jordan?
Well-
Here's a way to find out. Let's put him in a new Space Jam movie
Yeah.
to see how that holds
Let
up.
me tell you the miss here.
The first one was terrible. What are we doing here?
LeBron is not Kobe. And if you were going to do this movie in their prime, it would be Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant would be Space Jam 2.
on.
Then I understand what you're doing. You're building the arc. I'm fine.
You're
Yeah.
building an empire.
But when you're not building a cannon, you're just going, hey, you're famous and make a lot of money. Let's throw you in a movie and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am done.
Unbelievable. Scary
Makes you
Movie
so mad.
5.
Listen, that initial scary movie. Have y'all seen it?
Yeah.
Initial Scary
Oh, yeah.
Movie is
Fire.
very funny.
Yeah.
so good.
So
It
funny.
is.
funny.
That guy.
The twist, right? There's a twist at the end.
This guy, when he comes out, I can't with it. And he goes, grab my hand.
That's Elliot.
I know.
What's his name? Last name is Elliot.
Oh,
Gabby Elliott is his daughter.
Sam?
no.
He's also in Schitt's
Cowboy
Creek.
Elliott?
He is.
Oh,
He's so
yes.
Yeah.
good.
He is
And that
fantastic.
bit when he goes, just take my hand.
Yeah, it's a little bitty
pull you
doll
out.
hand.
I
So good.
cannot. It is one of the best
Let me
plot
just tell you
twists
right now,
ever.
an easy way to get me to laugh every time is if a human pretends to have little doll hands. Because I went on a reel trail last night on
Yeah.
Instagram and I was just sucked into the reel zone, and I just lost it. I had to set my phone down on this one. It was a hairstylist, a barber, playing a joke on a dude. He was combing his hair with the two little doll hands.
I've seen it. It's
as
so
his
good.
hands.
Yeah. He goes, is that okay? Is that good?
I feel like it's important that we
Every
say right
time.
now, in a semi-serious tone, no people with small hands were harmed in the film.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
true.
great
I mean-
Jimmy Fallon, Will Ferrell sketch.
Oh,
from
so
from
good.
Late Night.
Yeah.
Is Will Ferrell making sandwiches at like a sub shop?
Yeah.
With little hands.
Little
This
hands.
is a rabbit hole I've not jumped into yet.
Bro, little
It's
hand
Oh, it's
videos.
worth it. Little hand videos. All right.
Moving
Things
on.
not
All
to
roads.
Google tonight.
Check this out. Speed 2
was really bad.
really terrible.
Was
Oh,
really
yeah.
bad.
really
Cruise
terrible.
Is that,
control.
that's the one on the boat, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I think
Oh,
so,
I
yeah.
can't
It was
with
terrible.
it. Yeah, yeah.
It was
The
really
first
bad.
one was like kind of
I know.
iconic.
It was
right?
good. Keanu,
Oh,
Sandra
original
Bullock.
Yeah.
Speed.
Oh my
Fun,
Underrated.
fun fact, ask Jessie next time you see her to just say, do you know anything about Speed? And she will immediately launch
Jessie's
into
wife.
it's a gold
Jessie's
watch,
wife. Good call.
Jack. And she will literally quote out the last third of the movie, word for word. Well, hopefully not quite word for word,
because she
but
loves
close
it,
enough.
or just because
she loved it when she was a young teenager.
Gotcha.
She thought Keanu Reeves was the first version of me, and then
I love it.
and then
Wait a minute. If I squint,
so she
I see
right,
it.
it's close enough.
I do
Yeah.
see it.
Close enough.
Can you just try and do this motion right here?
Right,
Yeah, you just give me like, whoa.
John Wick.
John Wick, is that
Speaking
you?
of John Wick, I mean that's some good movies. Right
Talk
there.
about the one who nailed sequels.
Oh my goodness!
And I didn't think about it in that moment, but those all four, if you're just like, I know, listen, you got to get past like, what's the story like? Is the art good? No. Push that to the side for a second. 4 incredibly shot, well done,
Back to
stayed
back,
in their
just
lane
plow through.
movies.
Do it.
Great. So
You
good.
know what you're gonna get, and it's great at it.
What Jesse can do, I had the opportunity to do with Dumb and Dumber, the OG Dumb and Dumber, where I could pretty much line for line walk you through. And I could also do a great bit. Dustin's seen it before. Of a Saturday Night Live sketch of Chris Farley when he does the Down by the River, have the entire thing word for word memorized. And it's a good
That's
bit.
one of his, if not his best bits. Too.
it is
Oh my
definitely.
gosh.
So
it's
good.
up there.
It's iconic.
Matt Foley.
Matt Foley.
Motivational speaker.
Yeah.
As your father probably told you. I'm not going to do it.
too many
All
good
right.
ones.
I'm not going to do it. It's like a 7-minute bit.
Just mute all of our channels.
Nah.
and sit back
I
and
love it.
I was into it. If you had a coffee table I could break right now, I'd do it for you. All right.
Oh,
fresh
man.
out of those. Broke them all already.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's see. We'll skip past that one. Jaws: The Revenge.
Oh yeah.
That's
the one you're
03.
talking about?
It was, maybe I don't remember. I don't know if that's the one I'm talking about.
Grease 2. Listen, I didn't care for 1, but I get it. There's a diehard audience.
Grease
I heard
1
it.
has one of the most iconic scores of all
Oh,
time.
Yeah, it does.
incredible.
It does.
Summertime, baby.
Every kid, elementary school is doing Grease
Yeah.
to this day.
Fun fact, I dressed up as John Travolta from Grease in high school for a Spirit Week, leather and all. And there's picture proof of it. I don't know if I can find it or not before we edit this, but I looked.
the one that
Okay,
I
here we go. You're going to try to Google that, see if it comes up? Yeah.
Chris,
John
Chris
Travolta.
Comstock.
I will say there's another Chris Comstock. He may have dressed up as a much more famous Chris Comstock who
That's true.
might have been dressed up as John Travolta as well.
If you've ever posted it on Instagram or Facebook, we might find it on
Yeah,
there.
that top left picture is what I looked like. Hair and all. I had longer hair at the time, and that's. I'll see if I can find it. I'll see if I can't put it together.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll text the old Madre.
So good.
Text
That'd
the
be
old
good.
Madre. See what I can figure out.
All right, we need to wrap this thing up.
Good times there. Yeah. So let's wrap this thing up with movies you wish would have had a sequel.
Ooh.
Like
that's
when you
great.
when you look back at the movies that you go, I just want to
Just-
finish it out.
Let me just say this. That's tough. And the reason that's tough is
You don't wanna
because
screw it
of
up.
the last list that we just went through.
I know.
These are some iconic movies that
Yeah.
people probably said, I want more.
Yeah.
And then we gave them more, and it was
Like,
just bad.
I'm not sure if I
It's
wanted
kind of one of
more.
those things of like never meet your heroes. I don't know if I want to
It's a
take
true
some
statement.
of my favorite movies
Profound.
and go further. Like
I
now,
met-
I will say if they've had successful, second and thirds, then why not keep it going?
Sure.
Like I was really upset. I like Bernie Mac, but when he passed away, it was like, okay, there's no next Ocean's movie until the Ocean's 8, which I refused to watch.
Yeah. It's not in the
It's not the
canon.
same.
It's not in the canon.
It's not the same. But you know what I mean? So like there's part of me that's
I
like,
do.
oh man, another Oceans would have been great. But you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do it without Bernie Mac. Unless they're coming back to talk about how we lost him and then they're doing a revenge job because they lost him. I could maybe get on board with that.
Yeah.
So I can see that happening.
But like anyways, it's kind of too late now. But that's what I'm saying here is we have an opportunity. I mean, it's a fine line here of like all my favorite movies. Do I want to see a sequel of them? I don't know.
I agree. I think about some of the greatest movies of all times, like Shawshank Redemption.
I was gonna go there. I was like, where are they now?
Would I love to know what happened to Red?
Yeah,
Would I love
where are
to
they
know
now stuff?
Yeah,
for it.
like
I'm all
I would
for it.
love like a little button on that. Movies like iconic movies like that, but then you also go like, I don't know if I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd watch it
want
because
to
I don't want to
taint-
taint what I love
Yeah.
already. That's why I hated watching Rocky V. I hate that they baited me into it because Rocky IV ended so iconic. I will never tell my kids there's Rocky V. So long as I can hold it.
Unless they're watching
I
this
literally
right
skipped
now.
it with my kids. I was like, we're going to watch the
noted.
5 Rocky movies. I want 1, 2, 3, 4 Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, I'm not going to
That's
do
it.
it.
I removed it from the canon.
I can't do it. It's just, you know what I mean? Because it will ruin what is beautiful. So you don't want to do that.
I have an answer, and I have a serious answer.
We're getting real sentimental here.
It
and I
ties back
like
into
it.
what Chris talked about because he struck a nerve with me
I'm
earlier,
into
and
it.
I'm trying to recover. Die hard Jordan Bulls fan as a kid. Die hard fan. my sequel would be Run It Back in '99. I got to see what happens.
There you go.
I got to see if they can get the fourth in a row, make it 7.
Okay.
That'd be it.
Mine is it's all over the internet, and it may happen one day. I mentioned that every Home Alone sequel not starring Macaulay Culkin shouldn't exist. But what if they did an adult Kevin McAllister who leaves his kids at home
to live with Michael Jackson?
To live with
I'm sorry. You were having a moment. I apologize. I had to heat the prompting.
Oh, man.
I had to heat the prompting.
Hollywood, if you're watching, and we know that you are, make that happen.
Man.
That's all.
If they're not watching, Alexa's got it. Yeah, I'm looking through what deserves. I don't agree with any of these.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to pull up that list too.
And they're doing a sequel of Moana, and I'm mad about it.
They are.
They're doing a sequel of Encanto, and I'm mad about it. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, you have these iconic, incredible movies, and I mean, I don't even want to get into sequels that don't deserve to be an animated world because we can go forever. But I will say, like, there are some, like, on this list I do, like, I Am Legend. Like, one of those great iconic movies that I would love to know, like, where do we go after everything goes down in that? I don't know. So I agree. I think the thing that I love is that some of these guys know when to stop.
Yeah.
You know, we made a film, the first full length feature film that I ever wrote and worked on was a film called Mr. President. It's a real film. It's 6 parts. It's out there. It's on the YouTubes somewhere.
Can we put the link in the
bio? I don't know if all of it's on there because we did use some legitimate score movie from The Godfather. So maybe not all of it's legal to watch. But if you drop a comment, I will send you a private link. How about that? We got post some of that.
Right. It is private right now, I think.
Yeah, but you might be able to pull it up if you're signed in to yours.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. So we filmed it back in college, and it was a great story of these 2 guys who were protecting the president of the university at the time, and a beautiful story of life lost and love and all the things. And it ends with a really good twist at the end that we left them going, I wish you would do another one. Wow. And I don't want to say anything else other than that. It's a great film, and it deserves to be in the amongst the best. You know, that never got sequels. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Mr. President. The bloopers are good enough on its own. But
you got some that are partially blocked due to copyright issues. And you got some that are just straight up.
Oh man.
Yep, we have them in there.
Partially blocked. That's going to be my spinoff podcast.
That's a great pod.
That is a great pod.
I'm into it. Ben Name caught it. All right, so partially blocked. Just like 10 seconds of each song just goes totally mute. That's partially blocked. Hey guys, welcome to our show. Just 10 seconds. Like, did everything just go out? Oh, got partially blocked. All right. So
I love that. It's like we say things that may not get you canceled, but they're going to look at you funny at church. You know what I mean? I love that.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. This is a great podcast. What's something practical we can end this podcast on?
Let's do that. I don't have that prepared.
We didn't prepare for that.
I'm prepared. Oh, I am prepared.
He came ready.
I heard it on my way today, and it's a little deep, maybe a little too deep for this moment here, but I'm just going to throw it out here. You can't control a garden. You can only steward it. I was listening about how, you know, I think we can all relate to, you have a goal or a dream, and sometimes the process part is the trickiest part. And they were just talking about how you can't always have an avocado. And if you were to get an avocado before it's ready, it's no good. It's not healthy. And so there's this part of our dreams or our goals, the things that we're chasing, that we have to understand it's not for every season, right? There is a season for it, but there's also a season where if you got it too soon, it wouldn't be ripe and ready, right? So you can't control the garden or the growth. All you can do is steward it.
How are you tilling that soil?
The great philosopher Joseph Dirt.
El Joseph Dirte
said life's a garden.
Life's a garden. Dig it. Dig it. God, what a callback. What a callback.
What a rap, by the way.
Speaking of movie squeals.
All building toward that moment.
To that moment. Hey, listen, we would love to hear what you think are your favorite movie squeals or sequels we might have missed or should have said. Listen, I know we didn't nail them all. We'll probably get off this podcast and think about the 10 ones that we should have brought up and talked about and all those things. But you know what? We did what we did, and I thought it was great. That was a great show. I love you guys. We'll see y'all next time.